mental health, man, knowing what can happen and how it happens and how you're not going to be aware that it's happening. And these are the warning signs. And don't fuck around, because you're going to wake up one day. People don't think it'll be them.
And it is.
Number one killer of cops is suicide.
Really?
Number one killer of cops is suicide.
And you have a gun.
Yes.
So you're halfway there if you want to. Gosh.
God, we had a guy that was in the police department right next to us, ended up getting to his car and with the duty shotgun blew his head off right before he went out for the shift was supposed to start. But the number one killer is cops. They never tell you that. They never talk about mental health. I went through the entire academy. They taught me how to put on a tourniquet, heal a sucking chest wound. They taught me so many things, but they never made one mention of how to work with your own head.
Wow.
They never said suicide is number one killer of cops. I think that's changed. I know it's changed, but it's getting a lot better. But at that point, there was no mention of that. And these things accumulate. I'm giving you one portion of one day.
Oh, I can't imagine, especially like I grew up with a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of people have, right? And it's really common. And that is tough enough to deal with in regular life as it comes up later and you realize there's ways that it affects you as an adult, right?
Yes.
I can't imagine whatever traumas you already have or things that could have happened in your past, and then you're now just engulfed in this. Do you feel like a dam for trauma for people? Like, do you feel like a reciprocal for it? I mean, yeah, because there's so many things, and then you just have to go on to the next call. Is there?
It depends. People don't take it. It's just there's no way to really understand all the things that you experience just in a shift,
right?
Let alone over a 20-year career, especially if you're working different assignments. These horrific things. So the only people you do talk about that with are these guys that you're doing it with. And 9 times out of 10, when you do talk about it later, it feels so inappropriate because it becomes a joke.
Right.
The most horrific situations, they become funny, and anyone else that hears that, it is a hard pill to swallow. It's hard for the general public to go, why the fuck are they laughing?
Right.
What's so funny? You'll see sometimes on TV, I'll see like homicide scenes on TV and I'll look at, because I'm conscious, I'm aware of this. I'll look at the officers around, and you do it from now on. You'll see every once in a while, you'll see 2 guys and they'll be horrific murder scene, shootings, whatever. And there's be 2 fucking cops right there and they'll be laughing.
Wow.
They'll be communicating together and they'll be laughing, and you go like, oh dude, that's such bad optics. But you totally understand it.
Right.
The rest of the world doesn't.
You're going through such insane situations, And it's so interesting that you guys use humor to cope, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing why a lot of comedians get into things, things were traumatic or some type of way. And so they use humor to survive. I think it's amazing that Mother Nature uses that as like a governor on us,
Yes.
Where it's like, if you get so far, you just laugh. I think it's why the Joker laughs in the Joker movies, because at a certain point, he's just so mad that, there's nothing left to do but laugh at it,
Pretty much. The situations are so outrageous. And like you said, as far as the bonds, please, there is strong bonds. And I'm married, love my wife. We've been together for 20 years. We talk about everything, my best friend. My entire career, I never went home and I never discussed anything with her. Literally never discussed anything with her. There was never a good time to come home and say, hey, I saw a fucking kid die today. All the things that went on during the day, unless it was like really light and really fun. I never told her anything traumatic.
Wow.
Because it's just never a good time. One of my close friends in the police department, I became a patrol sergeant, and it was a female, most squared away female cop you've ever seen. You just looked at her and she screamed cop. Great cop, good person, totally solid. As time went on, she started to deteriorate mentally. And because my generation had never been taught about it, we would, you just need to sack the fuck up,
Toughen up, Thompson.
That's it. You need a cup of sack the fuck up and let's get back to business.
Yeah.
So we
fucking harden that vulva, buddy.
That's it. Yeah. And we just didn't know what it was. Well, long story short, she ended up not showing up for work and she ended up killing herself. She ended up hanging herself. And I actually went to the house and found her. And with hindsight, looking back at it, there was so many warning signs. There were so many things that she did when she was begging for help. She actually came into the police department at one point and was hysterical and acting crazy. And I had a pretty good relationship with her. So I told my lieutenant, I'll go out and talk to her. And I went out and talked to her. And I remember walking in and going, holy shit, she's going to kill herself. She is so bad.
Right, like even thinking that, but it's almost like this passive weird thing that we just think.
I said it. I said it out loud. She's going to kill herself. She's that crazy. Things are that bad right now is what I was thinking. And doing what cops did, we made a fucking joke out of it. I remember laughing. And a week later she was dead. Not everybody sees this stuff, you know? Not everybody sees someone blow their head off. You know what I mean? Try that once. See how that changes your life.
I can't even imagine it.
Really, take one person and watch someone in front of them blow their head off, and then see how it changes. Do an experiment. Follow that guy around. See how that changes life. Now take that same guy, and do it for 20 years every single day. You know, what do you expect? I got a guy that I worked with who's in Texas right now. He's working in a religious program that reaches out and helps cops and firemen and first responders with mental wellness. And
what's it called? Do you know?
Charter Oaks Academy, not Charter Oaks Academy, Charter Oaks something. But he just made me aware that this one police department in the last couple months, 6 hot cops killed themselves. You know, you just don't hear about that because it's bad publicity. Cops don't even want that out. You know, it's a scary thing when someone says, oh, cops are all killing themselves. Wow, all the cops are unstable. There just is no good publicity for cops, you know? So, and what's happened recently, what happened this last time with the riots and the political aspect that got involved and allowed it to continue and the way it was put on the media and portrayed, it's set us back a lot. It set policing back a lot.
Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one, you can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option, not this guy. 2 options. Watch one, this one or this one.